Oh, what the fuck is this? Ope. Ope Gaming. Oh my god, is that Twitch Gaming? Did we just get partnered with Coke? Wow, Twitch Gaming coming at me with 100 biddies. That's pretty neat. How's everybody? What's going on? Justin, get the heck out of here. Get the heck out of here, you sassy little boy. You're a sassy little boy, Justin. What are you doing? We got Dusty Dreams. Dusty Dreams, Prismalin. Jamers! And Max Johnson never wins the game as well. Can't forget him. Twitch Gaming with the with the 5 Coke community tier 1 subs. Very nice. I know. Look, my face is coming. Actually, I kind of have to piss. Oh shit. I really didn't. You know, I got a fucking cat in my lap right now. That's what's making this really difficult. Oh, wait, Jamers, don't tell me, I know this. Chicken butt. Got him. God, why do I feel like I'm getting sick? Alright, Dusty, go for it. Go do it. Let's see it. Let's go. Dusty? Hey! There we go. Got him. Got him. Dusty Dreams with the host. Thank you so much, Dusty. Very much appreciated. How's everybody doing tonight? What's going on with everybody? How is everybody surviving the week? It's a week. I'll tell you that much right now. It is a week that exists in the realm of time that we are going through. And once tonight is over, once this week is over, this will never happen again. Because the past never, like yesterday, you'll never be able to go back and experience that again. It's over. It's over. Never again will you ever experience this. And that's just the way it goes. That's how it is. Computer check! Ow. Kitty's in my lap, and nobody can see him, but he's sitting on my dick right now. I'm used to having pussy on my dick, though, so, you know, it is what it is. Jamers! Coming at me with the host. Very much appreciated. Perky Daisy in the house. How's it going? What it be, what it is. I got a job on hump day. That's pretty high quality. That's pretty nice. That's pretty thick. That's pretty good. I like that. That's good. My kitty's my kitty. So. Alright, I'll stop shaking you. You clearly just want to sleep. Even though I have to take a piss, we'll just let him stay there because apparently this is where he's gonna lay now, so that's what it is. So guys, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I was planning on playing World of Warcraft tonight with the gang, S-Rivs and Sage, but S-Rivs got stuck in class longer than she expected. So that still might happen tonight, but until then, it's, you know, it's just not happening, you know? It is what it is. So, with that being said, now that my plans are completely shot, I have absolutely no idea what to do on stream right now. Biological Machine, thank you so much for that follow. Very much appreciated. So... Fuck. Ugh. So, we're just gonna wing it. We're just gonna... fuck, I don't know. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Guys, what should we do? What do you guys want to see me do? What do you guys want? What do you guys find entertaining? Entertaining. What do you guys want to see? Do you want to see me spread my ass cheeks on camera? I can do that. But occasionally chatting on the Twitter, thought I'd drop in. Welcome! Welcome, Mac. Just a heads up. Mac. Wait. There's a lot of Macs that I'm following, apparently. But Biological Machine, it's good that you are here. Irregardless. Very much appreciated. Witcher 3. No, actually, he got up now. The cat's gone. No Witcher 3. Apex. What do I look like, a fuckboy? Please. Only fuckboys and children play battle royale games. What is this, 2017? I don't think so. It's 2020 and we play a game called Just Chatting. That's what we do. That's what happens. I know what we could do. Oh my god, do you guys want to play? Oh my god, I know what we could do. Guys, I know what we could do. All right. I'm having second thoughts immediately. Disco Bunny, how's it going? Oh yeah, by the way, everybody, for those of you who have not heard, I have a new tier 3 emoji. And I'm gonna spam it right now. So if you guys want to subscribe to me, tier 3, that's the emoji you get access to, or the emote you get access to upon subbing to tier 3. And I think it's very indicative of what you're actually doing by having that tier 3 sub. I think that's a fair assessment. I think that's Max Johnson, by the way, thank you for the host. Also, very much appreciated. We have Puppy Lover in the building. How's it going? How are you? What's new? What's good? And the Puppy Master. So, wait. So we got Puppy Lover and we got Puppy Master. We got a lot of puppy people in this stream, and I gotta say, I'm liking it. Mecha Irie! Woo-wee! Coming at me with that resub. Very much appreciated. Intimidator with the host also as well. Can't forget that, Intimidator. Thank you so much for the host. How are both of you doing? Mecha, what's going on? How are you? What's new? What's good? What's cracking? What is the deal? Same question to Intimidator. Same question to everybody. Puppy Lover, I'm doing very well. I'm doing, hey, it's hump day. The work day is over. I don't care about anything anymore. And the plans that I had tonight for streaming initially are ruined. So now we're just going to do this instead. And I think that's a good thing, because what do people want more than to see my beautiful face? I can't think of anything, honestly. But boy, I feel the need to tell you it's pronounced air. Mecha Irie! Thank you so much for clarifying that. I really appreciate that, Mecha Irie. I will make sure to pronounce it incorrectly for the rest of my life. Fuck you. Got him. Got him! Guys, can we get some white power hand gestures in the chat for Mecha Irie? That'd be very much appreciated. Alpha goes boom in the house. How's it going as well? What's new? What's good? What's cracking? What is the deal? Desage Maleted. My mods are really showing. Show us your chest and ass. Dance for us. Computer chick. Here, look. Here's the thing. Here's the deal. Look. Listen. You gotta stop being fucking horny for me. All right. It's in every tweet. It's in every message you ever send, ever tagging me in all these things, and I get it. You want to fuck me. You want me to put my little peener in your hoo-ha. All right, I get it. But here's the thing. It's not ever going to happen, and it's just cringy. It's just cringy. It's not gonna happen. Look, here's the deal. Alinity, Bad Bunny. Those are possibilities. Any other partnered canceled girl streamer that looks at me as what was it? Man candy fodder. My DMs are open. Otherwise, you mean nothing to me, and I want nothing to do with you. Got him. That's how it is. Computer chick, I have a question. How many times have you gotten off to that shirtless picture of me on Instagram? I want to know. And I want the real number, not the edited number. I don't know. Everybody, yeah, it's been 3 minutes and nobody's given me any money. Mecha Irie came at me with the resub, but what is that? Like $2.29? Pathetic. You know what I could buy with $2.29? A gallon of milk. A gallon of milk, actually. That's what I could buy. That's what I could buy with your sub. So thank you for buying me a gallon of milk and a gallon of gas. That's true, Doomsday. That is very, very true. That is very, very true. Legs closed. You don't appreciate my $2.29. Look, listen. That's correct. Got him. Never wins the game with the 10 biddies. Thank you so much. Wait, what do you mean I like the taste of milk? Well, okay, now I never said I like the taste of milk. I think it's okay. It's not bad. It's not terrible. It's not the worst. But I do drink... I don't know why I drink milk, honestly. I really do. I think honestly... Here's my problem. All right, I was raised to drink milk like always, right? And when I found out that milk actually doesn't, it doesn't give you strong bones or any shit like that, I was already in the habit of drinking it. But honestly, the only reason I buy it anymore nowadays is because I need a 4th cup of it to put into my macaroni and cheese when I make that. That's the only reason I buy milk anymore, for the macaroni and cheese. And I think everybody in the chat can sympathize and understand where I'm coming from with that. Now, why do I buy a gallon? Well, because I have problems. I don't know. I don't know. NBW TV, I'm affiliated. Give me money. No. Welcome, by the way. Welcome. Very much appreciated for you to be here. But I'm the one who gets money now. Hand over the money. Give me. I want money. Give me the money, bitch. I want money. I only drink almond milk. I should start drinking almond milk, honestly. I should really start drinking almond milk. Yeah. What do you think? Why do you think I drink milk? I'm an Oreo cookie. God, I'm so tired of that fucking meme.
Oh, he's a cookie, so that's why he drinks milk.
That and literally everybody tagging me. Like anytime Oreo, like the actual like verified Twitter Oreo makes a post about anything, I always get tagged in it. Oreo side, what do you think of this? I don't care. I don't care. Stop tagging me in posts by Oreo. I don't care. All right, until they sponsor me, until I sign the papers and I get $1 million check every week from Oreo for, you know, basically pushing their product. I don't want to hear about them. I don't want to know about them. I don't have time for that. I got so many other things to do and women to do as well. Let's be honest. Kidark! It's Dark Side from Twitter. Welcome. Thank you for converting over to my stream. It's about damn time. Now give me money, bitch. Give me money! I want your money! Pay or leave! God, you people don't understand how streaming on Twitch works. You pay me, and then I keep talking. Alright? Come at me with that delicious tier 3. That tier 3 and get this beautiful emote. High access, high level, very important. You guys want to do it. You guys want to get in on this business. It's real. It's serious, and it's vital to the survival of the stream that you give me money. All right? That's how it goes. Yes, Jamers, we know you're a power couple. Let's do this. So many layers, it physically wounds my soul. You know, I was told by Travis today, Travis Shelfer, Kidark! Thank you for the follow. It's about time. I'm kidding, thank you. I really do appreciate it. I was telling Travis Shelfer today that you know, he was saying some things on Twitter. He was like, you know, all you streamers that put live now in your profile name, do you actually think that converts anybody to your channel? You idiot, you fucking idiots. And I thought that wasn't really the best take. A lot of other people didn't really think it was the best take. So today what I did was... Oh my god, that's true, Prismalin. That's true. Oh my god. Holy shit, that's a tweet. That's a tweet. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. I'm doing something. You're watching the master at work right now. The master's at work. This is that now that's a tweet. That is a quality tweet right there. And we're going to admire that tweet. All right? Very high quality. Everybody go make it go viral. Honey Bun, how's it going? What's going on? Oops, that's the wrong button. That's the right button. How's it going, Honey Bun? What are you up to? What do you got going on? What's new? Coming at me with a Duke Davis emote. Oh, I know where you came from. Dr. Nude also. Varlnator with the host. What is going on? All of you beautiful people. I want to touch each and every one of you on the ass pucker. And I want to lick it right now. I want to taste it. But, you know, I can't do that. I'm not physically there. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can't do it. It's not going to happen. So I'm sorry. It is what it is. Get boobies and get TikTok? Absolutely. I am definitely considering a breast augmentation surgery this year, and I plan on writing it off as a business expense on my taxes because it is for streaming. What this will allow me to do, it will allow me to become the greatest streamer on Twitch ever. And a lot of people are going to laugh at me. A lot of people are going to be like, you're not actually going to do that, Oreo. You're just memeing right now. Watch me. Do I look like I'm joking? Didn't think so. Didn't think so. Yes, please get that post going on Twitter. Make sure that goes viral. I need cancellation, and I need it right now. It's very important. It's very important that you do that. It is. I know. All right. You know, we gotta get some boobers going. We gotta get some big old titties. Look, men and women are gonna want to watch me because women and men alike both love big, luscious breasts. Am I wrong? Is that a wrong assessment of me for me to make? I don't think so. I don't think so. But it is what it is. You know, people are gonna do what they do. That's good. Wait, what the fuck is this? Oh yeah, whatever. A lot of people liking me. Oh yeah. Hey, you know what? What's a really good idea, Oreo? Be on Twitter. Ah! Ah! Ha ha! Ha ha ha! He figured out the subtweet. What a piece of shit. Pathetic. Pathetic. Disgust me. Unbelievable. Do you have big luscious I'm going to soon, Eats Lots. I'm going to soon. It's gonna happen. Alright. This year I'm gonna be getting a full breast augmentation surgery. I'm going to be writing it off on my taxes. And it's because it is a business expense. And we got DMs going now, but I can't show those because those are DMs. And I need people to trust me so they continue to DM me personal details about their life. Got him. Hey there. Oh, Slim. Oh! Slim. How's it going? Leviathan also in the building. How are you? What's going on? What do you want, Prismalin? What do you need? What can I help you with? What can I help you with? Stop. Ha! Ha! You always trust me. Look, there's 151 people, most of which are gifted, who have chosen to trust me to give them high quality premium content. I wonder when these subs are gonna expire. Actually, let me look at this right now. Let's look at my my channel analytics on stream. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I haven't looked at my channel analytics in probably at least a month. I just don't care. I don't care. I don't care. You know why? Because I'm partnered. It doesn't matter. Oh no, I didn't get 75 average concurrent viewers. I don't care. It doesn't fucking matter. It just doesn't matter. Joke's on you, Oreo side is actually gay. Don't be a bigot in my chat. That's rude. That's rude. It's disgusting and it's offensive, and I'm not going to foster that kind of community. So Mecha Irie, please check your privilege before you come in here and spout nonsense like that. I don't want to hear it. What the fuck is this? Yeah, Jesus. I'll never get partnered. Not with that attitude, honey bun. I didn't think I would ever get partnered either. Oops. And well, actually, all right, look. I'll be honest. The only reason I think I'm partnered is because of shit, how do I want to phrase this? No, I think it would still work today, actually, now that I think about it. Just like brainwash a bunch of people to think that, you know, they're gonna get clout if they give you clout, you know, support for support. Be part of a support for support community. Then it might happen. But you actually also have to be entertaining. But you can totally game the system. You can totally manipulate people. I do it every day. It's great. As an only child, I have learned how to manipulate people so well that not even I realize I'm doing it. You know, that's the secret. I saw you were live because of your live now in your Twitter name. It actually works. Screenshotting. Hold on. Let me screen cap that. Wait. There we go. Let's go find Travis's post. Travis Shelfer. Saracel! Thank you so much for that, host. How are you doing tonight? Let's see here. Where is... Let me see here. Let me see here. Okay, here we go. There we go. How's that look? Does that look good? Got him! I'm doing well, Saracel. I'm doing well. I'm hanging in there. It's a struggle. Should I just, like, you know what? Holy shit. Should we just turn this stream into me being on Twitter all day? I feel like that might actually be entertaining. Wait. Varlinator asks a question. Wait, oh shit, hold on. Let me keep up with chat. I don't want to miss anybody. If I miss any messages, please do not feel bad about saying them again and like adding me so that I see them. Because I want to get to everybody. But I'm going to miss messages because I talk a lot and I suck. Add me too, funny through Twitter. And realize you were online one evening. Great times. Tell Travis stop being jelly. Methods work. Yeah, I just did. I basically did. I owned him. Stupid libs. Got him. Serious question from Varlinator, though. Why do you only like tweets that have you tagged or mentioned? Do you never just browse and see... No. This is a common misconception. Varlinator, and I do not blame you for thinking this. But I will tell you that that is not the case. What I do is on Twitter, I actually do have a system for what I like and what I don't like. And any sort of engagement on my tweets, unless I vehemently disagree with the comment, I will like, unless I vehemently disagree. Like, any comment on any of my tweets I like. Just as, like, thank you for engaging with my tweet and helping my metrics. But I do also go through... other people's tweets and like them, for sure. Usually, if I ever leave a comment, I will also like as well. And if somebody says something that's just, like, hashtag mood, or, like, hashtag relatable AF as fuck, I will retweet it. And usually I'll only retweet with a comment if I want to stir shit up. That's my Twitter format. You're welcome. So there you go. I've had tweets like that are just hot takes trademarked. Don't sue me. Saracel coming at me with the clout, the retweet emoji. Why do I keep saying emoji? It's emote, Oreo, you fucking idiot! Got him. I know what you're talking about. It'll take me longer, but I'd rather just let my gaming skills do the talking instead of being fake. Legit the main reason I enjoy being in his community is that he's super engaging, but fair question. Who is your favorite small game streamer? Varlinator. Varlinator is my favorite small game streamer. Oreo's like somebody's I can't imagine routine. Dude, that gave me an enormous amount of confidence at the very beginning that you cared enough to like something I said. Well, yeah. I read all the comments. I mean, and if they're not like totally outrageous, I like it. You know, I think that's fair. I think that's the way it goes. That's what it is. Oh God, Prisma. No. Hold on. Wait. I unmuted the support small streamer. Let's do that actually. Let's actually do. I want to see what happens if I do that. Hang on. Actually, shit. I'm going to go into my settings. I don't know if there's going to be anything doxy in there. Let's unmute it and see what my feed looks like. Oh, yeah. I'm glad I didn't show the screen because it has like my personal phone number up on here. Oh, that was close. Let's see here. Let's unmute the support small streamers hashtag. Let's see what happens. Hislop! How's it going? Techno Beaver also. What's going on, you guys? How you doing? Let's see here. Let's see. I want to make sure. Okay, hold on. Content preferences. Because I really want to make sure that I don't show any porn. I'm playing a dangerous game. Doomsday! 715. Thank you so much for that sub. That resub. 3 months! God damn! I can appreciate that. Thank you so much. Let me actually let me do something live. Let me do something live. Something that I should probably do. Hold on. Where is... Oh, this one. Bye, everyone. I'm going away for a while, but I'll be back. Don't worry. It's all good. I think we can get away with putting it here. Hang on. Oh shit, you know what I gotta do? Hold on. I gotta do fun trick, guys. If you hold Alt, you can crop in OBS on the fly. This will now be my Twitter window. Hold on. Okay, I think that's good. All right. Yeah, if you hold down Alt and you resize, it crops it. Yeah. Shit. Let me hide that again. We'll bring that back in a second. I love streamer Twitter drama. Now I need to watch Big Brother. Surprisingly entertaining. Wait, what? What's Big Brother? Show your number? No. I'm not gonna show my... what am I, Ninja? I'm not gonna show my number. What, are you fucking kidding me? Doomsday again, though. Seriously, thank you so much for the 3 months. Very much appreciated. Have it so it hides pictures. Ooh, that's a good idea, actually. That's a good idea. Let me see here. Data usage. Let me see. Wait, display. Content preferences. Privacy and safety? Display media that may contain sensitive content. Uncheck. That's about it. That's the only thing I can do. I can't hide messages, unfortunately. Oh god, don't add location information to my tweets. Gonna jump out, but loving the vibe here. I'll remember to drop the small streamer tags on my future. Biological machine, thank you so much for stopping by, my man. Very much appreciated. Please, for the fuck of God, do not use support small streamers hashtag. It does not do anything for you. Ever. And it never will. The Oreo Beast is satiated so far. He has got a donation of money. Okay. That's great. Lord the individual. Yeah, no shit. I have nothing against Travis, but live really does work. Yeah, I agree. Honestly, I mean, I don't have any analytics to prove it because Twitch's analytics fucking suck. But yeah. It works. Discount Ninja. No. I am Premium Ninja. Ninja is Discount Oreo. And you can put that on a t-shirt and fucking sell it. Actually, just kidding. I get 70% royalties. Got 'em. You stream games. What has been best for you in terms of growth? So Eat Lots. I do stream games from time to time. I honestly, the whole IRL thing for me just started, or I'm sorry, just chatting. There comes that old Twitch lingo again. The just chatting thing started for me this year, but when I first started out on Twitch, I was playing Majora's Mask, Legend of Zelda, and that was pretty good for me. Hislop, also, thank you so much for the follow. Yeah, just don't play like oversaturated games like Fortnite, Apex Legends, the top games. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about. I honestly, I really don't know what exactly game is going to get you the most exposure. Ultimately, it's really going to boil down to what kind of a person are you? What kind of a streamer are you? Because you could be playing a game that gets you tons... See, it's like this. It's like, all right, listen, you have a stream. There's going to be people that come through and check you out, and within seconds, they're just going to leave. And then there's going to be people who are going to stick around, and they're going to watch you because they're going to see that you are their cup of tea. Or maybe you're not. And you're not going to be everybody's cup of tea, that's for sure. It's going to be a very small percentage of the people that actually do like come and check you out that are going to like hit the follow button, keep watching you, so on and so forth. It's all a conversion. And really the key is that you want to make sure that you are you have some sort of personality. You have something to play off of, you know what I mean? You want some... Just be a dancing fucking clown on camera like I am. Like when I go... See, that makes people smile, and it makes it's funny. Probably not to everybody, but to the people that watch me, it is funny because that's why they're here, because they want to watch me go. Easy. It's very, very easy. Just wiggle your tongue and you'll get viewers. Trust me. I'm bad at games. I play Mario Maker because it's interactive. Yeah, no, that's actually a really good idea. Like games that you can interact with via the chat, those are really good too. Really, really good. GG Cookies! Thank you so much for the follow. Very much appreciated. But no, that is really a key point to IRL streaming. God, just chatting streaming, sorry. Is just have a webcam and have a pulse. Because now I'll just ask you guys, how many times have you gone to the Fortnite section? And yes, I'm using Fortnite as an example because it's the best one. And you've seen streamers sitting there. They're just like... Like, nobody wants to watch that. You guys don't want to watch that. Nobody wants to watch that. You always got to be running your mouth, even if you have nobody to talk to, until you have people to talk to. And then, then it goes. And the webcam is important because you can put a face to the streamer and people will relate to you and identify with you a lot easier when they can, when there's a face to when you can put a face to them. That's really what it is. Jar Jar Binks wasn't a fan of most Star Wars viewers, but you'll remember his name forever. Well, that's because Jar Jar Binks is amazing. I'm only here because this man has hacked my Twitter feed and is the only account on my feed these days. Oops. Guess I'll get a cam. Yes, highly recommend. It doesn't have to be a nice one. It just has to be like something. You know what I mean? Came here for the Zoom cam. Was not I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have a Zoom cam. That's stupid. Don't come here and spout stupid. That's stupid. What if I have no pulse because I'm a cybernetic organism living under living tissue? Well then, at least try to have a personality. At least try to be entertaining in some way, shape, or form. Have a personality. Do things. Say wacky shit, Just fucking move and say things. If the only thing that you say is relating to, like, please follow the stream, please subscribe to the stream, do you guys like the stream? Hey guys, thanks for lurking, really appreciate it. Hey, it's like, come on, nobody wants to watch that. God, it's like, would you watch a TV show that was like that? You probably wouldn't. Best thing you can do, and this is going to be really hard for a lot of new streamers. It was very difficult for me. Watch your own VODs. When you are done streaming, go back and watch your own VODs and pay very, very close attention to your attention. Because if you find yourself going off and like muting the tab to watch something else or walking away or some shit like that, that just means that you are not engaging yourself even. You are not like... But you hate your own voice. I hate my own voice. Guess what? That's the way you gotta do it. You gotta do it. You gotta do it. I hate my own voice. I hate it. Every time I hear it, I want to take my voice box and fuck it. I want to fuck it. Hard! But I can't because it's here and my dick is down there. And my dick's surprisingly not big enough to fit in my mouth, and you know what I mean. So it is what it is. I wish I could be more high octane like you, but oof, my neighbors would. No, well, that's the thing. Like, I live in my own house, so I can yell penis all I want, and nobody cares. Plus, it's also like 10 degrees outside, so if anybody's outside and can like hear like outside of my house, fuck them. Why are you outside? Are you Crankage giving us advice and free Steam codes? No, because I haven't beaten any of my girlfriends yet. But I am definitely here for your money. So if you guys have money, I want your fucking money. Give me your money. I know look, I get to yell penis all the time. It's great. I'm here because live was in your Twitter name. Yas, Queen! Yas, Queen! Carly! Alpha Goes Boom, thank you so much for that host. Very much appreciated. Very nice. Carolee, thank you also for the follow again as well. Eat Lots with the 1 bit coming at me. Very much appreciated. I don't know what I'm going to buy with that 1 bit, but thanks for basically nothing. New New dono goal $600, and we will give out 800 more free games. Wow, wow. I have never met somebody as generous as you, Momo. That's pretty generous. Even though I know you get all those game keys for free, that's awesome, dude. That's incredible. You are peak generosity. You know, the only thing that I would say is if you were charging up front, like say like $500 for your advice, then I would have a fucking problem with you. Then I would be like, what? You don't even know if these people are real. So it's like, you know, who gives a fuck? Actually, I have a funny story about that. Kevlar there we go. Somebody with actual money. Thank God. Jesus Christ. I've been sitting here picking my ass all day and my nose. And finally we get somebody with 100 biddies. Finally somebody comes in here with the balls and the wallet to take a dump on me, and I appreciate that. Funny story, guys. So I assume you're all familiar with the $500 6-week stream coaching program that my good friend Ashley Christ and her cronies have been pushing on streamer Twitter. A lot of you might be familiar with that. A lot of you also might be familiar with the backlash that has come from charging $500 for stream coaching services when, one, the results are not guaranteed, which they never are with coaching. They literally never are. And number two, fuck, what was I going to say for number two? I forget. Hold on. I had a there was a backlash. There was a backlash, but we're going to talk about where that backlash came from in a minute, Momo. I have tea. I'm about to spill tea, ladies and gentlemen. Tea is about to be had. And it is my honor to bring it all to you in such a wonderful time and in live on stream. So Ashley Christ, for those of you who do not know who this is a partnered Twitch streamer. She was featured in let me just pull this up. You know what? I can say all I want. Let me just pull this up here. Let me pull this up here. All right, Ashley Christ. All right. So this girl, Twitch partner, podcaster, YouTuber, highly recommend giving her a follow because she is very intelligent and she has 17,000 followers. So there's a lot of clout to be milked there. But this pinned tweet here, if anybody has any questions about her credentials, let's just talk about this. So in Ninja's book, the popular stream coach, yes, that's a thing, Ashley Christ, wrote this thing. It's a collection of wisdom that goes far beyond. Blah, 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 blah. It's got a massive archive, like how to grow. Yeah. Ninja himself endorsed her advice. Okay. And she has formed a squad, an elite team of people to help. Yes, that's his book right there.
Coke Gaming.
That's his book. Arrow 132 with the Coke Gaming. Coke Gaming. What? Guys, did we just get partnered? Holy shit, Arrow, that's some money right there. Thank you so much. Very much appreciated. Very, very, very nice. Thank you so much, Arrow. Anyways. So, y'all are familiar with Ashley Christ now. Big shout out to her. Much love, much respect. And what she and her team are doing. But there's people... Let me get a word in! Coke Gaming! Coke! Stop, I'm trying to have a conversation. Coke. Oh, did we just get partnered? Alright, that's enough of that. But thank you for the 400 biddies, Kevlar. Very much appreciated. I thought you said you were done milking Coke Gaming. There's no milk in Coke, you idiot. God. Okay, so, alright, anyway. So, there's some people who have a problem with Ashley Christ and her team offering stream coaching for $500 for a 6-week course. Now, personally, if I was anyone, I would be like, $500 to learn about social media strategies, how to stream, what to stream, just a whole bunch of advice all around how to network, what the best methods are, what's most effective, how to, do this, do that. And it's all personalized for you. It's personalized for you, your brand, your identity, what kind of a streamer you want to be. I think that's a reasonable investment. 6 weeks, $500. I think that's a reasonable investment. If you're serious and you're just not figuring it out, I think that's a fair deal. I really do, because you pay for life coaches, you pay for gym coach, personal trainers. It's the same thing. Nobody knocks personal trainers. Nobody knocks. Well, I guess some people knock life coaches, but whatever. Lucid Dreamers, how's it going? Anyway, a lot of people have a lot of problems with her charging this amount of money. And it's funny because, and I'm not going to drop any names, but I'm sure if they ever watch this, they're going to know I'm talking about them. And honestly, I don't care. Because here's the thing. It's the same few names that keep coming up that keep bringing up the topic of just so you know, guys, these people are scammers. They're going to take your money and look, they're not even at the top of Twitch. What do they know? Look at this person. He only gets 10 average viewers. What the fuck does he know? Never mind that guy is actually the social media advisor and not the Twitch advisor, but never mind that shit. It's funny though, because these people are constantly ragging on Ashley and her crew, her gang of cronies. But I did a little investigating into one of them, and I found out that they're basically part of a conglomerate, competitive, not really stream coaching, but basically well, let me actually pull the site up 1 second here. I want to read this verbatim. I'm not going to give you guys the site. I'm not going to tell you guys anything. I'm just going to read verbatim for what kind of thing they're running. It's basically their competition. They don't have the credentials to back themselves up, and ultimately they're running what I consider to be more of a support community where you can get advice on how to do things and have artwork made for you and everything. And it costs money, but it is what it is. So let me see here. Let me see if I can find. Okay, here we go. What is blank? All right, this is exactly. You tell me if this sounds in any way like they could be competition. I'll let you guys decide. Don't take my word for it. Listen to what I have to say about this, or what their site says. Okay. Blank is a resource center for Twitch. Or, I'm sorry. Blank is a resource center for Twitch.tv affiliates. I don't know why they did Twitch.tv. You could just say Twitch affiliates. Who are serious about growth of their streams. What type of resources are available to a Blank member? The leadership and staff at Blank have provided and will continue to provide a growing library of graphical upgrades, social connections, and tutorial content to not just help improve a member's visual quality while live streaming, but to develop proper practices that result in real growth. What resources are free and what are paid? This is their FAQ page, mind you. The difference between Blank and other resource groups is that Blank wants to show its content is valuable. How is that different? Anyway, the free content will be both abundant and quality. Everything is community supported and driven. Support for support. All current resources are free and supported by the community. To learn more about supporting us, please visit this URL. Is this a team? No, blank is not a team. There is a panel graphic requirement if you do join with a link back to the main site. Again, trying to inflate themselves. But you are free to join any teams and work with any streamers you would like. Except for Ashley Christ and her crew, because they're competition. Our goals are to help streamers get creative and offer them visual tools to do so. Who is blank and what makes their content unique and effective? Blank consists of members with a wide variety of expertise, just like Ashley Christ squad, many of which you will never have heard of in the Twitch community. Then how do you know they're even any good? What are you talking about? That's a terrible sales pitch. Many of which you will have never heard of in the Twitch community? Anyway. The thing that makes us as a whole effective is our varied background. We have graphic artists with 20 years of experience, animators, men and woman, singular woman, with degrees in business growth and finance, frontmen from bands who understand presentation and performance, as well as community leaders who look at Twitch in a different way than the previous generation of streamers ever have. Previous generation of streamers. Okay. Twitch is not about games. It's a business about people. The staff and leadership at Blank have a fresh view that has proven to positively impact streams and community engagement in ways that work. As you get to know the leadership, we are confident you will be impressed with the application of our knowledge, skills, and humility. And then this is the best part, guys. This is the best part. The last FAQ question. How can I know these resources are effective? It says one sentence. The answer is one sentence. Come join us and see. That's it. That's your case studies. That's it. Come see. You know what I have to say? That's what I have to say to that. Are you kidding me? Come on. So ultimately, the only hate that Ashley is getting from these people is just because they're competition and they don't have nearly as good of credentials as she and her team does. So, you know, that's unfortunate for them, and I feel for them. I really do. But also, look, listen. If you are in a competitive space, and somebody comes at you with something that is admittedly, objectively better, then you have two options. As a business, someone who claims to have a business degree, you have two options, and there's only one correct answer. I don't have a business degree, and I know the answer to this. You can either, one, try to be better and do better and offer a better experience and a better service than your competition, or number two, you can just spend all your time bashing the competition and just making yourself look like a salty fucking moron when your only basis of argument for why you shouldn't go with these people is because, look, this guy only gets 10 average viewers. They don't know anything. Get fucking real. Get fucking real. It's embarrassing. It's disgusting. Artful Takedown. How's it going? Welcome back. What's going on with you? So she's getting the same hate in the... Wait, what? Holy shit, there's a whole different conversation going on here. It's like the furry fandom, I know, but follow me. there are some people who charge thousands of dollars for pictures and people are like, Ree! But at the end of the day, you don't have to spend your money on. Yeah, exactly. And she's charging what she deems is fair for the info and the help she's giving. Whether people pay it at all is on them. Yeah, it's like literally, if you have a problem with it, don't buy it. If you have if you don't think it's legit, if you think it's garbage, guess what? Don't buy it. But some people might find it useful, and I'll give you this. All right. I'll give you this. There are no verbose case studies that Ashney, as far as I've seen, that Ashney has offered up yet to prove that her stream coaching system is effective. But I look at her credentials and I look at the credentials of everybody that she's taken under her wing, and I'm inclined, based off of this crack team of elite individuals, that, it might just be worth the investment. And once the first cycle of people come out of that program, then we will see for sure if it was actually effective or not. But here's what I think we're going to end up seeing. We're going to see a few people that didn't get anything out of the program, thought it was a total waste of money, and they're going to leave very disgruntled. You're going to get a lot of people who got a little bump, and they're on like an uptick now because of what they're doing, because they're applying the knowledge that they were given. And as we all know, growth takes a very, very long time on the internet, unless something lucky happens. And they're going to be the ones that say, you know what, this program helped kickstart my streaming career, and it was good, and it was effective. So that's all I got to say about that. That's really all there is to say about that. We'll see. But to bash the before anything's even started, come on, that's just salty, man. That's just salty. And when you're actually just, it's shameful. It's shameful. It's disgusting. I actually have an example of the artwork that's fantastic and is definitely worth the price. Wait, artwork. I watched Ashley's videos on YouTube when I started streaming, so yeah. And yeah, there's Prismalin's endorsement. Prismalin herself has endorsed Ashley Christ. Just saying. That's what it comes down to at the end of the day. So it is what it is. And you guys have to remember that it's personalized, all right? Because a lot of people have been saying shit like, well, why would I pay $500 for something that I can just go look up on YouTube? Yes, you can go look it up on YouTube, but that's not personalized. You should go look up shit on YouTube first, and then if that doesn't work out for you, come to the stream coaching thing and utilize that. But again, you do not have to buy the stream coaching program. I don't know why this is such a difficult concept for people to grasp. It's like people just feel like they have to buy something because it was advertised to them. I don't understand. If I post a link here, I think links are completely allowed. Links are completely okay. Because for some reason, I still haven't shut them off. I don't know. I haven't had any trouble with it, though, so. That's how it goes, folks. That's how it goes. And that's the tea, ladies and gentlemen. The only reason people are salty at Ashney's stream coaching program is because they are in direct competition of it. What is this? This is some furry shit. I gotta tell you, I gotta be honest with you. I'm not into the furry stuff. If you are, that's great. I don't appreciate it as much as you guys do, but to each their own. $500 for consulting is actually pretty cheap. That's all I'm saying. You know how much consulting usually costs for a lot of other things? A lot more than that! So, is it really worth a couple thousand? Why? I just don't see it, but shit. All right. I mean, I guess. I honestly don't know where to go with that. I really don't. It's like, all right, furry, great. That's awesome. That's pretty great. What else do we got? What other tea can I spill today? What else has been going on? I don't even remember. Prismalin, do you remember anything that's been going on? I'm a little out of it today. I'm a little like, let me see here. Yeah, there's really nothing. There's really, shit, where do I go from here? Fuck, give me something to talk about. Fuck! Someone once paid $9 grand for my personal training services. It was through a big box gym, so I got shit all. But still, there's coaching services for way more. She's striking a hot market. More power to her. And honestly, it's a new thing. It's a new business model. Like, stream coaching has never really been done all that much before. So $500 is actually quite the bargain. I actually did consider signing up for it at one point, but I decided against it because I just didn't want to allocate the money at the time. Really, that's really all it was. More so just because I'm curious to see like what they would do for me. I think Ashney said like I would be an easy case for her because like I've already got it all figured out. I don't believe it, but whatever. It's kind of the same thing that happens with Twitch streamers where people get angry at them for sponsorship deals and shit. But yeah, I mean, look, if you're on Twitch and you're trying to play into this notion that like you don't care about, look, if you're a full-time streamer on Twitch and you're seriously going to look your audience in the eyes through the camera and you're going to be like, guys, it's not about the money for me. It's not about the money. I just love my community and I love all the real genuine connections that I make through you guys. And without you guys, I don't know where I'd be. Bitch, you're full-time. You need the money. You care about the money. You literally have to care about the money. You have to. If you're part-time, that's a different thing. If this is just like a hobby for you, that's a different thing. But if you're full-time, seriously streaming, and you tell people you don't care about the money, bullshit. Pandering, that's what that is. That's what we call that. Pandering to the lowest common denominator. What are you, Hillary Clinton? Oh, the polls say that the majority of America approves of gay marriage. I approve of gay marriage. Garbage. It's just moving people from Twitter to Twitch. That's what we need to figure out. Well, Prisma, we already figured it out. We just put live now in your profile name. Easy. It's simple. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. It's as easy as that. Cooking stream when? Do I look like somebody that could cook? If I look like somebody that could cook to you, I have a bridge to sell you. I cook ramen. I cook Hot Pockets. I cook microwave burritos. Most of what I make is made through the microwave or handed to me via a drive-thru. Or involves boiling water. Yeah, that's about the gist of it. Yeah. What kind of bridge? The bridge I burned when I completely changed my format on Twitch to go from a shout-out self-promotion streamer to a actual real streamer that people can tolerate. That bridge. That's the bridge I'm talking about. Got him. But yeah, no, it's just it is what it is. Fuck, what was I gonna say? God damn it! I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, cooking. No, I'm not gonna cook. There's no cooking. No cooking. Maybe just to make a fool out of myself. Maybe one day I'll do it, but you know what I mean? Thought I was gonna get lucky with the Skazny chain bridge. I don't speak Ukrainian. Oh yeah. Do we have a Russian vote bot in the chat? I don't know. I bet that one's gonna get tallied for Trump, huh?
But what about the 3 million illegals that voted for Hillary?
There's no evidence of that whatsoever. And people have looked. So shut up. Oh shit, Artful. You look like you would know Russian. You look like you would know Russian, Artful. Is that racism? Is that did I just do a racism there? If I just did a racism, please make sure to clip this and put it on Twitter so I can get canceled and get lots of clout. Very much would like that to happen. Yes, Arrow. What do you have for me? What would you like to tell? I did do a yeah, I think I did. I think I might have just had a racism moment. Never met the oh shit. One of them. One of them. So you can either be one of the people that never met your biological parents, or you can be one of those people that's like, really? Wait, these are my biological parents? You know? But that's a whole other conversation. Has anybody ever actually canceled me yet? I don't think so. No one's canceled me. No one's even come close. Travis said he was going to cancel me, but he hasn't done it yet. And I've given him lots of material in DMs for him to cancel me with, and he just hasn't done it. Perhaps he's building a case against me. Perhaps he is trying to ensure my demise by building up a case. Yeah, Prismalin, give me some deep thought to get into, because I'm starting to run out of shit to talk about. I'm getting desperate. Sage! What's going on? I don't know where I think S-Rivs is dodging us. I don't think she wants to play World of Warcraft. But at the same time, like, we need her because otherwise we're going to all fall out of sync. And then, like, what's the point? What's the point? You know? One person has the ability to bring down the entire group. Travis is going to post a multi-part bite series exposing you. Okay. Let's go. Travis, bring it on. I didn't know Travis even went on Byte because he seems pretty addicted to TikTok, which TikTok's discriminatory against LGBT folks, but that is what it is. If you want to support a platform that's like that, have fun being a bigoted racist. Coke Gaming, Delifae, what's going on? Ketchup's in the building as well. Where's my clout? No clout. Only clouds. Vape clouds, specifically. From all the Fortnite streamers. From all their Jewel energy. You guys playing on... Yeah, we're on Farolina. Yeah. Talk about the babies crying about Nancy Pelosi tearing up a piece of paper. I mean, look. Have you made any? No, I have not made any new TikToks. I vape all day, dude. What's the weirdest thing that your family does together? I don't really have a family that does anything together, and I'm not being hyperbolic there. I'm serious. I have my mom and my dad, and they're about to split. So, yeah, we don't really do anything together. So, whoa. But the baby's crying about Nancy Pelosi tearing up that... So, okay. I understand where a lot of people are coming from. I understand that how it can appear to be a pretty immature move. And in all honesty, it kind of was. But I think it was more so met with... It was in response to Trump, one, refusing to shake her hand at the beginning, which, I mean, can you blame him? I mean, in his position, can you blame him? And then, just overall her complete disapproval of Trump's speech, and essentially the one thing that really got me about the State of the Union last night was that fucking moment when they literally recreated every single fake clickbait Facebook viral video, and they surprised a wife and her little kids with daddy coming back home from the military. Ooh, it's a surprise. Look, I'm home, kids. And then everybody's crying and oh. I mean, it was real, but he literally he recreated. That's how much of a pulse he has. That's how much of a finger on the pulse of the Republican populace he has. When he panders so much that he literally recreates a fucking a version of all those fake clickbait viral Facebook videos of like, oh, Marine just came back from tour Afghanistan and there just happens to be somebody filming and oh, look, I'm home now. Come on. It's like this video that I saw a while back of like this Marine in like full uniform just walking down a street because there was a storm and an American flag flew off of the pole of a house, and he brought it back to the porch and he folded it up and put it on the porch so that person could have their flag back. And again, there just happened to be a camera there filming the entire thing, like just total coincidence. Let's not even negate the fact that you're actually supposed to burn the American flag when that happens. That is actually what you're supposed to do as per the code, and if you were in the military, you would know that. But hey, you know, it's good for being retweeted and shared by a bunch of boomer fucking idiots that are gonna vote for Trump no matter what you say. So, whatever. They're the most stupid fucking videos ever. And I have veteran friends who also think, they all say that those videos are fucking fake. They're all fake. Yeah, and that's the other thing too. You're not supposed to wear your uniform, your not your work outfit. You can wear that, and I think you can wear that in public, but not your uniform, not your formal uniform. Pixel Smixel, thank you so much for the follow. How are you doing tonight? It's all fake and it's stupid, and I'm tired of watching people fucking. Oh, you can't wear your camis. What's the there's the work outfit, which is the full body camo. There's the formal uniform. I only know the Navy because they have the white uniforms that they wear during summer, and then the blue uniform or the black uniforms they wear during winter. The work clothes are the blue camo, and then there's one where it's like I correct me if I'm wrong, but it's the tan shirt with the black bottoms, and I think you can wear that in public. Let me look that up. Navy uniforms. I don't know. Oh. Yeah, so this is the work uniform. This is the summer uniform. And then yeah, these ones. I think these are the ones you can wear out. Marines have tan shirts with green bottoms. Well, yeah. In either case, like we all know it's fucking fake. So, whatever. Nancy ripping up the paper really wasn't the worst thing. I'm with her. I'd be done with his administration too if I was here. They just don't care. They only care about the party over country. I mean, in all fairness, though, that's both parties. But I honestly think that Democrats are on the defensive right now because they're in the minority. They're pretty much just like fighting fire with fire right now, because the entirety of the Republicans have fallen in line with Trump, and the reason they've fallen in line with Trump is because they have to fall in line with Trump, because if they don't, Trump is going to tweet about them, and then they're not going to get reelected. That's why I said Mitt Romney's career is over after tonight. Mitt Romney will not be reelected in November. If he's up for reelection, I don't know. But I heard a lot of people in Utah don't like Trump and they love Romney. But then I also heard the exact opposite. So it is what it is. That's how it goes. Cuckoo Kachoo coming at me with the titties. I'm sorry. I don't have any titties yet. I said this year I'm getting a breast augmentation. I'm gonna write it off on my taxes, and that is how I'm gonna excel my Twitch career. Because once I have them beautiful, luscious titties, I'm gonna steal so many viewers. So many viewers. Oh. I don't have any titties to show you. I'm sorry. I really don't. Dems are as dumb as reps. Could have spent 4 years putting money and effort into putting up a solid candidate. Instead, they threw money into it. Yeah, it's... Well, okay. In all defense, I honestly think... Look, here's the thing. Guys, I want you to think about this. No matter how stupid that you think the Democrats are or how stupid you think the Republicans are, let me just lay this out for you. As far as the impeachment trial went, in my opinion, I think that the impeachment trial was nothing more than a media spectacle to get people to more or less question Trump and the system. I believe that he's probably guilty of something without a shadow of a doubt. And my hypothesis is shortly before the election, the Democrats are going to release something pretty detrimental, similar to what happened in 2016 with the Access Hollywood tape. Yeah, our system is pretty... Oh, I wouldn't say our system is fucked, but I definitely think that it's been gamed to the point where... I mean, like, there's no... what do I want to say? There's no, Trump doesn't really give a shit about, candor or, you know, what's the fucking word I'm trying to say? I can't think of the fucking word I'm trying to say. He doesn't give a fuck about decorum. He doesn't give a fuck about, you know, working with the other side. He doesn't give a shit. And he doesn't give a shit about showing respect or anything like that, because that's just who he is. And well, the checks and balances do exist. It's just the only problem is that since the founding fathers wrote the Constitution and you know, the articles and everything, there was not this huge capitalist society where money was king for for their era. You know, politicians weren't so easily bought and sold like they are today. And that's the fundamental problem. I mean, you've got shit like Citizens United and all this other crap where it's like, you know, money can, super PACs and private organizations can just funnel as much money as they want into the political system, buy candidates to win, and that's how it goes. That's what it is. Dems basically bought a lot of independent voters to their... See, the big fuck up in 2016 was pushing Hillary Clinton. I mean, Bernie got fucked, dude. Bernie got fucked hard. And we all know that. But I honestly believe that the DNC is the reason why Trump won. Because they wanted so badly to push Hillary, and they just didn't. Or they pushed Hillary, but nobody fucking wanted her. Nobody wanted her. Bernie had a ton more support than her, and the only reason she won was due to the super delegates, which is just fucking ridiculous. But whatever, you know, it's whatever. I was gonna donate $1,000, but since you didn't answer, oh well. Well, yeah, save your $1,000. Go invest it in the stock market or something. It's probably better spent there, honestly. Yeah, well, the Democrats never want to push Bernie because he's not a Democrat. He's a democratic socialist. And he's very far left of what the Democrat status quo is now. But that's shifting because of him. Because of him slapping a D next to his name instead of an I. Because as we all know, if he ran as an independent for the presidency, he'd never win. He has to pick one or the other and go with that. So, yeah, the Iowa caucuses are a fucking mess right now. It's just if there's anybody out there that doesn't think that there's something fishy going on with the Iowa caucuses, I mean, who the fuck is Pete Buttigieg, and why the fuck did Iowans pick him over everybody else? Like, I mean, Joe Biden fucking, like, everybody thought he was just gonna steal the show, but lo and behold, guess what fucking happened? He came in 4th. He came in 4th. So far, because what are the results? Did all the results come in yet? I don't even know. Iowa caucus. Oops. Yeah, 92% reporting. Pete Buttigieg. Really? Really? Okay. Right. I'll believe that when I see it. I don't know about that. I mean, talk about going from 0 to 100. But it's a fucking Iowa caucus, so it's whatever. I don't think Bernie's out of his mind. I definitely think that he wants to take the country in the right direction. Or, I guess, the left direction. Because, look, Bernie isn't going to get elected and then on day one put into place fucking full socialism and institute, you know, build the gulags and you know, start throwing people in camps and give everybody free health care and all that. That's not going to happen. But what he's going to do, and what he's been successfully doing at the very least so far, has been shifting the Democrats more to the left. Because now, like, in 2016, everybody thought Bernie was fucking crazy for, like, Medicare for all. Like, that's never gonna happen. What the fuck are you talking about? Now, pretty much every, Warren, Buttigieg, Yang, the the other ones that aren't relevant, you know, they're all trying to dream up some sort of version of Medicare for all now. And it's shit like that. I mean, the narrative is changing. Bernie is essentially shifting the party left towards him. Well, not the party. He's the populace, the Democrat populace. He's shifting. Yeah. Biden is the Hillary of the 2020 elections. All right. He's the status quo establishment candidate that the DNC is going to try to push as hard as they can, and they're going to end up with another fucking dud, because that's what he is. He's a fucking dud. I don't know what he's going to put into motion, but literally don't know if it's going to be good or bad. We're not Sweden. The same democratic socialism won't work. Well, right. And the problem, but that's the problem, though, is that you have to make a system that works for Americans. We're not just going to copy Sweden policy, paste into the America folder. Like, we're going to develop some sort of system that works for America. And Bernie has laid out numerous times and explained numerous times how we are going to pay for free healthcare and free education. And he has plans and proposals for all of these. And all of them pretty much involve a minor tax on capital gains, or well, I forget what the education one was, but like all these proposals he's laid out, and economists have gone over these proposals and they've been like, all right, yeah, this would probably work. Actually, a lot of other things need to happen in order for this to happen, but this could work. This is possible. This isn't out of the realm of possibility for this country. I mean, because right now, like, a lot of people are they're afraid of like all these socialist policies, but it's like, look at the fire department, look at the police, look at the post office. Those are all socialist institutions. The military is socialist. Well, for the most part. Like, what's wrong with the fire department? The fire department is a socialist program that you pay tax dollars for. And everybody else likes to invoke every time we ever talk about healthcare, it's like, you want to know how well the government could do with healthcare? Just look at the VA. Look at the Veterans Administration. Look at the VA, man. Look at how fucked up that is. You want to know why the VA is fucked up? The VA is fucked up for one very, very simple reason. Very, very simple reason. And you can go look this up. You can go research this on your own, but I'm just going to give you the summary. I'm going to give you the gist of it right now. The VA is fucked up for one very, very simple reason. Because the VA is continuously and repeatedly defunded, mostly by Republicans, and then those same Republicans will point to the VA and they'll go, look, see? Doesn't work. VA sucks. It don't work. Socialism don't work. Socialism don't work. Look at the VA. We defunded it to the point where they're fucking crippled. But it don't work. See, it don't work. Goddamn liberals. Can't just say fuck it and give up on cap. Well, no. See, that's the thing, though, is like, capitalism in and of itself is a wild beast that must be tamed. Socialism in and of itself is a wild beast that must be tamed. If you put socialism and capitalism in the same cage, there's going to be not so much wild beasting going on. It's pretty much just going to be like both of them keeping tabs on the other, essentially, if that makes sense. Because I talked about this on my stream on Monday. Monday? We'll go with Monday. I don't know. One of them. And I said, look, the best system for America right now, the best system that I think America could ever have, is a socialist foundation where you have essential public services that are paid for by taxpayers. So clean water, power, healthcare, like protection, like police, fire departments, the post office, social welfare programs, shit like that. You have this socialist layer of public programs that ensure that every single American is able to sustain at least a somewhat decent lifestyle, a somewhat comfortable lifestyle. All right. Beyond that, I don't give a fuck. Everything else beyond that can be capitalist. But when you start making an institution that, an enterprise that profits off of sick people and keeping people sick and injured and jacking up the price of prescription drugs and pushing all these prescription drugs on most Americans, that's not a good system. That's not a good system. When you have a for-profit enterprise in control of people's lives, not good. Not good. Because you know what all those executives on the board of fucking Anthem or Blue Cross or whatever the fuck are saying, you know what they're all doing when all these cases come through? For this guy's got cancer, but you know what? He only makes like 30 grand a year, so why don't we just let him fucking die? We're going to deny his request for coverage, and we're just going to have the doctor tell him, I'm sorry. There's nothing we can do. Your cancer is inoperable. I'm sorry. You don't have that long to live. And then they go in for a second opinion to another doctor, and they give him a different story. Why do you think that is? What, do you think that this doctor has some access to some groundbreaking fucking medical cancer technology that the others don't? I don't think so! But what do I know? I'm not a doctor. I don't work in in the health insurance industry, so I'm just an uneducated idiot. I, as a vet, will tell you this. The VA is a joke. Sure, we get our health care, but honestly, it's not due to the Democrats or Republicans. It's due to America's belief system in our military. There are so many contradictory messages being sent by both parties. There is no innocent party in that regard, but at least the Republicans pay our bills. Yes. I think I get what you're saying there, and I do agree to an extent. But I don't want to get too far into it because I don't know if I misunderstood that part about the belief system. I think we're on the same page there. I think I know what you're getting at, but yeah, that savings alone can pay for a ton of stuff without going straight up socialism. Well, not necessarily, because the price of healthcare nowadays is so fucking exorbitant that literally any middle-class family that incurs one medical emergency is going to go into a lifetime of debt, because guess what? That $18,000 that they spent saving up for how long? Guaranteed, first off, that $2,000 or $2,500 deductible is going to take a big wet bite out of that. And then you're going to have health insurance cover up to about probably 80%, up to I think usually it's like $6,000 to $8,000, and then after that I think you have to pay a bigger percentage. Correct me if I'm wrong, but they're going to take a big wet bite out of it anyway. Healthcare is not cheap. Healthcare is expensive, and it's expensive because you need to have it. So they will charge as much as they want. Because guess what? Well, you can either get the health care and pay the $5 million it's going to cost for this little Band-Aid, or you can just fucking die. It's your choice. It's your choice. Ugh. I was told in the 5th grade you gotta save $2 million to retire. Like, I had a bleak, woke moment then when I realized a car would cost as my parents' then house. Yeah, that is true, isn't it? That's good old inflation for you. Yeah, that big pharma profit, yeah. Most of the profits Big Pharma makes is off super high upcharges on medicines that cost them about $1 to make and ship. Not even $1. Not even $1, like pennies. Do you want to talk to me on stream for I feel like I can offer some insight to an open-minded individual like yourself, or at the very least play devil's advocate with you? I mean, we can do it on stream. Because I think it might make for an interesting discussion. I will say I'm not like a terribly woke individual when it comes to politics anymore. I used to be way back when, but I haven't really kept up with shit lately. So I might end up making myself look like an idiot. But what else is new? That's what we do on this channel. I just make myself look like a fucking idiot every time I go live, and that's fine. I hate to keep saying it, but can I pay a higher tax rate? Yeah, I can go to the doctor tomorrow and fix anything at any time, no lines. The flip side of that is it costs them billions to develop. It's not the cost per vial, it's what it took to develop it. That's a good point. That's a good point. But then again, why should that cost be passed on to the consumer? Like, how... Maybe this is like a false equivalency, but like... As far as pesticides and all that shit go for agriculture, or as far as like gene splicing or whatever the fuck we're doing to food, to make it last longer, to make it taste better, to do this, to do that, why the fuck aren't those costs passed on to us? Why can I still go and buy a gallon of pasteurized milk for like $2? You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know. Your favorite spoon. Thank you so much for that file. I don't know where the alert was, but thank you very much. Thank you for the compliment on my hair, though. By the way, that was also very kind. Glypher, let's hear it. I want to hear why. If you have facts, if you're sitting on a fact bomb right now, I would love to hear it. I really would. I would very much love to hear it. And then maybe we can all learn something. You know what I mean? Oh! Haroon Karabag! Thank you so much for that follow. Very much appreciated. How are you doing tonight? And Kino, the producer, also with that follow. How are you doing as well? Welcome. Welcome to the world of shit! That's where you are now. You're all in a world of shit. Pain meds were developed ages ago. Insulin was an accident. Pain meds were absolutely company developed. The cost to develop is due a lot to government red tape, which is what the government works... Which is what the government works because it keeps them funded. Perhaps. It's common knowledge to anyone willing to look. The big problem, Artful, is that outside the US you can get a bottle of insulin for about $35. But it's communism! Communism! Kill it! It's communism! Get it out! Gotta do it. Just say no to communism, kids. Every Halloween when I take my kids out trick-or-treating, when we get home, I check all the candies for communism. And if I find any communism, I throw that shit out. I throw it out. Get it out of here. No. Buy the cheap processed food so you can get sick, so you have to pay for millions in health insurance. That's a very simple way of looking at it, but yes. I mean, everything you put into your body is going to affect you one way or the other. I don't really know if we all have the fuck, I can't think right now. I don't know. Hold on. Here it comes. There's so many conversations going on in chat right now. I can't fucking keep my mind straight. I'm losing my ass. Pain meds got out of control because the government was not buying them in bulk, and the pain med makers can afford to buy dealers or doctors, lol. I mean, that's essentially what doctors are, is just pill pushers, realistically. I think we can all agree with that. If we can't, then whatever. At least it hasn't exploded into angry rabble fighting. I feel like we're getting close. I don't know. My mind was never straight? Yeah, probably. That's probably true. I don't know. What's going on Twitter? I'm getting exhausted. Having conversations about things that I'm not sure everybody actually knows what they're talking about. Because this is my belief with politics. Or with, like, you know, it's just a bunch of what ifs. It's a bunch of slippery slopes. You know what I mean? It's like, well, if we do this, then this will happen. But how do you know that? Like, how can you be so sure? If executed properly, what if it ends up actually working? Then what? You know what I mean? Like, how do you know? Healthcare is not an easy thing. It's very complicated, as Trump will tell you. So that's, you know, that's why I say I think we should just give it a shot. I mean, Artful, let me ask you this. Would you be more in favor of a public option? Because that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'd be more in favor of a public option just so something can get fucking passed. Like give people the option, you know? If they don't want private health insurance, let them go on a government plan. And if they like it, then that's great. If they hate it, they can go back to the private one. They have the choice. That makes sense to me. But I don't know. I just worked in an immunotherapy company redoing their informatics software. Just first-hand experience in what happens in a drug development company. I'm in favor of public option, yes, but that alone won't fix it. Oh, no, and I'm not insinuating that it would either, but it's like I said, I definitely think it's a step in the right direction. At the very least, I think people should have the option. Drug prices need to come down majorly. That's another thing, but again, it's a whole bunch of shit that we could be here all night talking about. Jennifer, how's it going? Sorry I'm not here more often. I work a lot and don't have a lot of time to myself at night on my PC. Well, hey, that's fine, Jennifer. Don't worry. Don't apologize to me. It's fine. You're not required to be here. You're not required. I appreciate when you're here, Jennifer, but hey, don't feel bad. Life comes first. What's your Discord? I think I might have accidentally left your channel. Well, why the fuck did you do that? You're not supposed to leave. You're supposed to join the Discord, and you're supposed to stay there. And you're supposed to engage in the Discord so that I can get Discord partner, because I want Discord partner. I want to get Discord partnered, but I don't think I'm ever going to get Discord partnered. That's really, I don't think it's going to happen. Drug exclusivity should go away. Let the patent holder get a cut on everyone who sells the drug they developed to recoup costs, but no one can charge whatever they want. I almost feel like if I got all you guys in a voice chat and just like walked away and just let you all go at it, that would be awesome content. By the way, can I just I have not gotten any money in over an hour. I just want to point that out. Nobody's given me any money, no resub, no bits, no donos, no nothing for over an hour. What, do you think this is free? You think I do this for charity? Gross. I'm not clear on something. Do you want Discord partner? No, I don't want Discord partner. Never. Never, Marith. I would never want Discord partner. Ever. Ever! It's disgusting! It's disgusting! No one's giving me money for plenty of... Yeah, but I'm an entitled Twitch partner. And you have to pay me. Everybody pay or leave. That's how it works. That's Twitch 2020, ladies and gentlemen. You pay or you leave. It's a simple concept. Yeah, Kitty gets I'll give Kitty a treat. If we get $10, in the next 10 minutes, I will give Kitty a treat on camera. I will get him in here and I will give him a treat. Okay? So, there you go. Gliffers, just join the waiting room and I'll pull you in. Just come in the waiting room in my Discord. Come to the waiting room. I would love for you to come to the waiting room. Oh! Money! Artful takedown with that gifted sub coming from Never Wins the Game. Thank you very much. Very much appreciated. Very nice. Very high quality. Thank you so much. Very, very nice. Very good. Very, A+. Enjoy that sub, Artful. Enjoy it. Enjoy it while it lasts. Ah! Hold on. Hang on here. I don't have a butterfly. What the fuck? Get our VIP exclusivity. Oh god, you people are still talking about healthcare. Fuck. Oh, do you think streamer world is saturated and peaked, or is it? Oh, it hasn't even begun to peak. It hasn't even begun to peak. Good night, Oreo. Much love, Tinifer. You have yourself a wonderful night, my man. Very much appreciated for you stopping by. I will see you around, my boy. My boy, my son. Told you the 14th I got you. You don't have to get me shit. You don't. Yeah, I do get weekly paychecks though. That's pretty nice. It's first job I've ever had that I've gotten weekly paychecks. It's pretty nice. All right. Gliffer is about to join, and he is going to tell us about the facts surrounding the VA. So please, ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for the illustrious, the amazing, the beautiful, the incredible Gliffer. Hello, Gliffer. How are you doing tonight?
Hey, can you hear me?
I can. Loud and clear.
Loud and clear, huh?
Well, let's see what the chat says. The chat's probably gonna be like, "What?
What?
Huh?
Huh?
What? I can't hear nothing. What you have?" Can the chat hear Gliffer? Type, yes, I can hear Gliffer in the chat if you cannot hear him. And no, I can't hear him for shit if you can hear him.
It looks like they can hear me.
Okay, everybody can hear him. All right, Gliffer, what do you got?
So what would you like to know? First off, like, what would you like to
How
know?
are babies made?
Well, I mean, obviously, when a mom and a dad love each other very much,
What
they
if
hump each
they
other.
don't love each other? What if it's just kind of like um what's that called? Statutory maybe we shouldn't get into it.
Statutory what?
Nothing.
All
But we
right,
were
then.
you said you had some facts, some fact bombs.
I wouldn't say they're fact bombs. I just say it's just common knowledge to anyone who's willing to look hard enough to find the facts. So, I
See,
mean,
that sounds
when
very
you,
subjective when you put it like that.
I suppose it
Because you
does,
can
but
find a lot of facts, whether or not they're correct or not. Well, I mean, you know how the
well,
internet is nowadays. But I get
I
what you're saying.
unfortunately I do, and that's the problem.
Hmm.
I talk like a toilet. That's not very nice. Anyways, what would you like to know? Like, what you want to know how our VA healthcare is actually done because it's not done very well.
Yeah, let's start there. Let's see where that takes us. Let's talk
All
about
right,
VA
so
healthcare.
okay, so VA healthcare is kind of a hit or miss situation. We either get the proper healthcare we need, or we get lied to about the healthcare that we need. For instance, before shell shock syndrome actually got implemented, it was just being diagnosed as a hey, you were in this war situation, you're in trouble, screw you.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't until recently, until shell shock syndrome actually became accepted as an actual medical illness. And that's very troubling considering a lot of American soldiers, not even just American soldiers, but British soldiers, were also diagnosed with shell shock syndrome. And that could be anything from being shot at to having a mortar drop 2 inches away from you. If you kind of understand what I'm talking about.
Yeah, yeah.
And that is like one of the biggest triggering links to PTSD is shell shock syndrome. They can cause a great deal of traumatic stress to loud noises, to outside influences, just anything. Anything can trigger it. And all of a sudden, you're just back to where you were.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very problematic.
Right.
Now, as far as general health care goes to VA, to the VA, it's usually pretty good. You get what you need, and you're out the door. But if it's not recognized by the U.S. military or our government, it's not accepted. And, well, a lot of times it had to be paid out of pocket.
Now, what would be considered something that's not recognized by the government?
Well, like I explained, shell shock syndrome was not accepted by the U.S. government.
Mm-hmm.
And it took a very long time for that to be accepted. So there could be any different, as people would say, triggers to, accept that as an actual syndrome or accept that as an actual issue. And it's very unfortunate that a lot of our U.S. soldiers are basically swept under the rug and swept, they're just swept away. Like, oh, hey, this is just PTSD. It's whatever. No, it's not just PTSD. There is a lot of other issues that go along with that PTSD that can be your issue. And it's very, very unfortunate that a lot of these young men and women that fight for our country, whether they're there by their own choice or there by other means, who cares? There's issues that come with this that aren't being treated, and it's extremely unfortunate. And it's why a lot of our soldiers these days suffer from depression, just not thinking they're good enough or not fit for anything else other than service.
Mm-hmm. I would agree with that.
It's
oh shit.
It's wow, look at that big ass sub right there.
Yeah, respected Leon. Hold on 1 second. Respected Leon with the 14 Coke Gaming. What? That's a lot of money. The hell was that? Oh, wait, I didn't mute him on my end. That's probably what. Respected Leon! Thank you so much for the 1,400 bits, my man. How are you doing tonight? Holy frickin' shit. Thank you so much. But we are in the middle of a conversation. I want to hop right back into that. But Leon, seriously, thank you, thank you, thank you. Very nice. And we're back with Glyphers. Hi. Wow. Wow.
Congrats on that.
Yeah, thank you. I definitely did not see it coming. Anyway, we were talking about things that are not recognized by the VA as legitimate or valid
medical conditions.
Medical conditions, yeah.
Yep. So, I mean, it has progressed a lot within the years, and a lot of that has been due to Republican funding, better for worse. Don't get me wrong, I'm not taking a side right here. But at the same time, there's a lot of conditions out there that come with PTSD that are not recognized by the US government or by our VA system.
Mm-hmm.
And to give you an example, my great-grandfather, he was diagnosed with emphysema, and he was a Vietnam veteran. I shouldn't even say my great-grandfather, he's my grandfather. Anyways, but he was diagnosed with emphysema, and that was due to the mustard gas that was released during the Vietnam War. But it took them until just within the last few years before he passed away, unfortunately, to recognize that, hey, mustard gas causes emphysema.
Holy what?
Holy fuck.
What? No
Sorry
way.
For swearing on your stream. My bad. But it's like, oh my god, mustard gas causes emphysema. Who would have thought?
Right. That's wow.
I don't think that there is nearly enough funding, like, not to our military. Our military has plenty of funding. Don't think, as a 21-year veteran of the military, our military has plenty of funding.
Right.
What doesn't have enough funding is our medical support to our veterans.
Yeah, and I've always, like, for me, the funny thing that I've noticed is, like, we definitely have a lot of funding for the military, for the actual, you know, rockets and bombs and paying all the servicemen and women and all these bases we have all over the world and everything. But it seems like the government doesn't really give a fuck about the military and, like, after they're, like, back home. You know what I mean?
Well, to be fair, there is quite a bit of funding that goes towards after you're back home. The funding that doesn't go to the veterans is their health after they go back home. Sure, when you go back home, you have, and depending on how many years you've been in the military, keep in mind, there's plenty of funding for when you get back home. There's housing, there's education. Depending on what branch of military will determine how much of that money goes to you, and depending on what you did in the military will go to you after that. But if you're in, let's say, the National Guard, that funding is cut significantly just because you're in the National Guard. And that will go towards your schooling. So National Guard, a lot of people don't know this, but if you join the National Guard, sure, they say your education is free. That's bullshit. They won't tell you that up front. But when you're National Guard, you pay for your education up front, and they reimburse you based on what they feel that education is worth.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
You will never hear that from a recruiting officer. You'll never hear that from a radio ad, from a TV ad, anything like that. But the truth is, you spend 4 years or 5 years or 6 years in National Guard, that education you're working towards is about as good as shit to the U.S. They just were happy you were there for the 4 years you were there to give your life, if it was worthwhile to give in the first place.
Right. Huh.
So what's based on this? A Predator missile and the system that cost to fire it is about $64 million. You want to know how much your education is worth to them? About half, if not less than half, about a quarter of that actually. And they don't care about that. They just care that you're there to fight in the name of the stripes and stars that you're there for. And that's about it.
That I would agree with that. That sounds pretty on point so far.
But at the same time, you're there, you're fighting, they might as well reimburse you somehow. So why would we reimburse these people that are signing up for semi-active duty, like the National Guard?
Mm-hmm.
Let's reimburse the people that actually give their lives. Okay, that's cool. But what are they doing for your mental and physical well-being afterwards? Not a whole lot.
Not a
actually.
whole lot, no. And that's a lot of that's one of those things that's definitely not yet accepted, because I think especially in the last well, I mean, I'm only 27, but from what I've seen the last, 15 years especially, the whole mental health discussions finally emerged, or it's finally become something that people talk about a lot and are trying to bring to the mainstream.
Okay. So what do you feel on that?
I mean, I agree. I definitely think that the government should recognize the wounds that can't be seen as well as the ones that can, because ultimately, I mean, just to speak even in their lingo, in what they would understand, a soldier who's healthy in both body and mind can make for a pretty efficient soldier.
You would say that, but anyone who's gone through any kind of basic training will tell you they don't want you at your own sound mind. They want you at their sound mind, which is basically an unrecognizable killing machine.
Yeah, all right, I can see that.
When you go through any kind of basic training or any kind of training in general, you're basically trained to strip away your humanity, take orders and orders then what's the their own military? Are they supposed to believe the military can protect these people, or are they supposed to believe that the military can't protect these people and it's a waste of money?
I mean, I think there's a fair discussion to be had along the lines of, like, especially in the last, like, 30 years, is America really in danger of anything on the scale of, like, what happened during World War II? Like, was the world in the balance, or is the world in the balance right now as it was back then? And maybe it is, and it's just not seen or reported on. But I've definitely heard a lot of people bring up, like, I mean, like, you've heard all the arguments surrounding, like, Vietnam and the Gulf War, and especially the Iraq War. That one's probably pretty fresh for a lot of people. Like, just, like, is it actually, what is the military actually fighting for, or are they just more or less puppets of the state to, you know, take over this, or overthrow this regime, or, you know, whatever, for whatever resources that country might have and shit like that?
Okay, well, in all honesty, every country needs a military, whether it be for fighting a war that no one in that country believes in, but the government believes in for their own interest, or for defending themselves from other people's interest. And in my opinion, the U.S. has made a lot of enemies without even trying. And a lot of times, even with trying, it all comes down to how our politicians want to manipulate our society. Do they want us to believe that we have enemies, or do they want us to believe that we're fighting for our own or others' interest? If you understand what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, yeah.
And we need a military. We've made a lot of enemies based on our own ideals.
I don't think anybody would disagree with that.
Yeah, no. And the thing is, when it comes with us, with the U.S., the way we've handled ourselves as a country, we're a problem. As in, we implement ourselves in places we aren't needed. We're quote-unquote big brother.
Mm-hmm.
You know, someone else having a problem, hell, we got to go in there and fucking save the day.
Save the day. Yeah.
And a lot of U.S. soldiers will tell you that is a problem. We don't need to be the hero. We just need to protect our own country from threats that are coming at us.
Mm-hmm.
And that isn't happening as much as the American populace would be led to believe.
Right.
And it's unfortunate because a lot of our efforts are put overseas. There are wars that the American populace don't even know about that are being fought and have been fought. But unfortunately, what gets televised is the Middle East. And that's stupid because it's not just the Middle East. The Middle East isn't our only enemy and has never been our only enemy. It's just what's hot on TV.
I mean, there's this country called China that I think is somewhat problematic as well.
Well, the funny thing about China is that we owe them about, like, what, $3.2 trillion worth of debt? And
something like that.
The only way we're paying them back is by grain.
Yeah.
We're literally paying China back for the debt that we owe them by grain. I think it was what was it? 62.5% of our annual grain crops towards China in order to at least alleviate a little bit of that stress of debt.
Right. See you tomorrow, Arrow. Thanks for stopping by. You have yourself a wonderful night. Yeah, I think one of the big things, though, to consider is that, like, with an economic superpower as big as China and the U.S., it would just be, like, I think Artful was the one who said it earlier. Like, it would just be economic suicide for like two first world countries to go to war because they're so economically dependent on one another that it would just make no sense to actually do that. 4K man, thank you so much for the follow. How are you doing tonight? So yeah, I don't really think we're ever gonna have like any sort of major like, you know, pointy stick conflict with China in the near future at all. But
no, and I completely agree with you. There's be no reason for us to ever have any kind of beef with China. They support the world of rare earth minerals, which, as you might know, as everything that supplies the phone you hold in your hand.
Right. Pretty much.
So I mean, sure, we could go to war with China, yeah, and you know what? We could beat them, but what would it accomplish?
Not much.
What would going to war
Could we
accomplish
beat
with
them
China?
though?
Oh yeah, we could totally beat China. The American military, even if you were to think about it as propaganda bullshit, the American military is extremely powerful. China has numbers, yeah, sure, but we have the smartest military in existence. We might not have the most powerful military. We might not have the most funded or expansive military.
Oh, we definitely have the most funded.
No, that would be Israel.
How do you figure?
Because Israel basically just does nothing but fund their military.
But doesn't the United States pay like $900 million a year or $900 billion a year on?
You think that all goes to military?
Yeah, like isn't it the
Hey.
highest?
Highest amount of money, yes, but highest funded, no.
Oh, I get it now. All right, no, okay, I get it proportionally. Yep. All right.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
The highest funded military is Israel. I mean, to be honest, they have the best tank in existence. And that goes for a lot.
Not to mention they're strategically placed in a very unstable part of the world. So,
well, that's what you call the true Bible Belt.
Right.
Who controls what part of that? I don't even want to get into that part. Sorry,
No.
I'm not even going to try to get in that part of the conversation.
No, that's a whole
that's a whole
different
nother
thing.
conversation.
Yeah.
But
This rock
yes,
Jesus pissed on, and it belongs to the Palestinians.
there you go.
Yeah,
we're
about
not
the
going
gist
to
of
get
it.
into that. The thing is, the U.S. military it's not the quote unquote strongest military, but we could technically beat anybody that went up against us. Just for sheer know-how, because a lot of our military training comes into, hey, can we just obliterate this country from existence? Yeah, we can, and this is why. I think, if, in all honesty, the only country that could actually rival us in military might would be Russia.
See, that's what I was thinking too, but I think Russia honestly has their own strategic campaign that they're focusing on us with right now, which is more not brute force, but more or less like getting in our heads and masquerading and dividing us up. Like with what happened with the 2016 election, shit like that. Like their fight is more intellectual property based.
Yeah. I mean, it all kind of goes towards with the Cold War and stuff like that. You know, it's all who has the bigger stick and who's willing to swing it first.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem with that in today's society is that everyone has a big ass stick, and nobody wants to swing it first because no one wants to be in charge of who ended the world first.
Right. Although I don't really foresee that actually happening, even if, I mean, I don't know.
You don't.
I,
Hmm?
I, I think like back in like the Cold War, it was valid to consider like, yeah, the world could very well come to an end. But I think nowadays, just with the overall decrease in violence and decrease in poverty worldwide, unless there's just some major fuck up conflict, I really don't see the nukes ever getting launched, personally.
I would like to actually answer a person in your chat.
Yeah,
Never
respond to the
wins.
chat too if you want. Feel free.
Never wins the game said we could win a conflict with them, but we can never maintain an occupation in China. That's actually not true. We could very much so win in a conflict with China and maintain an occupation in China. The problem with maintaining an occupation in China, it would be the population.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is when you think military-wise, you wipe out the majority of the population as quickly as you possibly can. There are very many ways and means to do that we have at our disposal if ever such an occasion were to arise for any country, not just China.
Mm-hmm.
That goes with any country who has a military might in general.
Right.
But there is, I assure you, there is a way that we would be able to bomb the shit out of China and occupy it and make sure they can't rise again.
Yeah.
It all comes down to the power of numbers and threat.
I mean, and I wouldn't be surprised, and you'll probably agree with me on this because it just makes sense, at least to me, that the U.S. military already has about 350 strategy plans to do just that. And they're ready to whip out the playbook whenever they need to.
Oh yeah, there's more than 350, I assure you.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, really all you need to do is just occupy a bunch of critical resource hubs and population centers in China, and you could pretty much...
And that's what it comes down to.
Any country, really, but...
You cut off the head of the snake, you control where the snake would go to find... comfort, and it's over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Only problem with the U.S. is that we're harder to take over than a lot of these other countries because we are allowed, gun rights.
Mm-hmm.
The U.S. government, yeah, sure, the military, we have guns and we can fight you, but at the same time, you come to our country, our citizens have guns and we can fight you. That's why we're so hard to take over. Countries like China and the U.K., that's not really a thing.
Well, then again, nobody's ever actually really tried to invade America, so...
Well, that's not true either.
Well, the British, but...
No, I mean, since the Cold War, there have been other intrusions of the U.S. soil, but have been fallen short due to our intelligence.
Like espionage?
Espionage and infiltration, yes.
Well, I mean, that's still going on today, but I'm talking about like a full-scale, D-Day...
Oh, okay, yeah, I see where you're going for. Yeah.
Thing at Santa Monica Pier or some shit,
Yeah. And a lot of that has to go with our ability to bear arms as citizens.
Mm-hmm.
We're deemed as far as I've been told and taught and learned, we're deemed as a threat to any kind of person who wants to intrude because of our right to bear arms, because they're too afraid that, yes, they'll overpower our military, but they'll never overpower their citizens. Because we have the firepower to fight back if need be. So yeah, sure, you invade our soil, and our military might not be able to immediately defend, but anyone who's a gun-registered American will just destroy them. Or at least attempt to.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about my 66-year-old, 240-pound father he owns guns, and I don't see him getting out of the couch and killing any invaders anytime soon. I mean,
Yeah,
there's
well, you can't-
definitely able-bodied Americans that own guns that would be able to do it, but I think
I
it's
mean,
fair
you
to
can't just think about your 200 something pound grandfather. There's lots of people out there, friends of mine, who are also U.S. vets that are willing to defend this country beyond our service.
that too. That's very true.
And that's all it needs. So the only option for these countries would be to nuke us, correct?
Which is probably the option that they would take first, realistically, if they were smart.
Well, realistically, no, because if they're going to take us over, it'd be for our resources. And if you nuke us, where's our resources?
Oh, you just have to bomb strategically.
Well, I mean, yeah, but then you wouldn't use nuclear warheads, you would use hydrogen bombs. And in which case, it would still eliminate a lot of our resources.
I don't know enough about it to argue that, but you're probably right. I'll take your word for it.
If they were going to realistically take over us, they would take us over politically, economically, and financially.
Right.
They wouldn't take us over with nuclear warheads or bombs. They would infiltrate our political market. They would infiltrate us by trying to get our younger generation to believe a certain process is the best way to do things. And from there, they would be able to manipulate the whole country by affecting that younger generation.
Mm-hmm. So, are you saying that there's a political party in this country right now that's essentially, unknowingly, a proxy for the Russian government?
I wouldn't say that they're unknowingly a proxy for any kind of government, not just the Russian government. I would say that there are political parties in the government, period, that are trying to get us to do things within their well-being. You see what I'm trying to say, right? There's definitely people within our government are trying to infiltrate our government because this is the way that they are going to take over America. It is no longer who's got the biggest dick. It is now who's smart enough
Who's
to take
got
over
the
our
biggest
youth.
head dick?
There you go.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely something interesting to think about. I mean, fortunately for me, like, my only pull towards what could be construed as un-American is just, universal healthcare and free education. That's really all I give a shit about, mostly. But
That's fair. But that's going to be their biggest pull towards you because in the US, it's nearly impossible to give us that based on how we built our government. It's not just going to be able to change overnight. Like, hey, this such and such politicians promises universal health care. Okay. Well, if you have any idea of how much it takes and how much time it takes to be able to implement a president's process, you will know that's bullshit. There is no president that's going to be able to come in and say, hey, I'm going to give you this.
well, yeah,
It's not gonna
exactly. And
happen.
that's like,
It won't happen. It can't happen.
it can't, no. And I don't think a lot of people really understand that. Like, Bernie Sanders is a clear example. I mean, he has a lot of radical ideas, quote unquote radical, that a lot of people think would go into place like tomorrow, like the day after he's inaugurated.
Yeah.
But
And that's a weird thing is that when a president gets enacted in a presidency, there's a 2-year period before they can actually do anything, and another 2-year period before they are actually able to do anything. Obamacare is a perfect example. Obamacare was started when Obama first got elected in the presidency. He had to literally break the law to make Obamacare present in society before he became not a president anymore.
So when you talk about this 2-year wait period, what exactly do you mean when you say that they can't do anything their first 2 years? Like anything legislatively?
So when a president gets elected into the presidency, there is a waiting period, quote unquote, based on anything that they do. So basically, it's like you got to wait your turn for the previous person's policies to be enacted. If you understand that, like,
Sure, yeah.
you got to wait your turn in line.
Right.
This person's policy's already been enacted. You got to wait your turn for your policy to be enacted. The only way that Obama's thing was enacted is because he straight out said, I ain't waiting for you to make my thing active. I'm just going to straight out say it's active. And he basically retconned a lot of votes that came towards him saying no. He just said, no, it's active. Obamacare is a thing. Congratulations, America got health care based on what I said it was going to be.
Yeah.
That's just a simplified version of what actually happened. What actually happened was he used his legislative power and his executive power to say he used one-line veto essentially to say, yep, this is going to happen. Too bad. I got the majority of the Democratic votes. It's going to happen. He did actually break the law, but he, in my opinion, he had the right intentions on how he did it.
Okay.
Unfortunately, what happened afterwards wasn't so great. It penalized a lot of the lower income families, and it just wasn't such a good thing. And that led me to believe that America wasn't ready for that kind of healthcare based on our current healthcare system, the way it's set up. If you want our healthcare system to change, you have to get rid of the book. And
I would agree with that.
Do you know what the book is?
I am assuming the book of laws.
No.
Or the book of fuck. Just say I can't think of what it's called.
No, you're okay. A lot of people don't know this. The book is an imaginary pricing point for all of our healthcare. It was implemented during like the whole insurance thing, where insurance was like, hey, we'll help supplement your income if you say this is this much price, and we'll give you money back on that.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Like the book of pricing, essentially, the healthcare catalog.
Yep.
Got it.
And every hospital has a book, and it's not known to the public. There isn't a single book that's known to the public, and so your 5-cent Ace bandage to one hospital says, oh, well, you owe us, I don't know, $300 based on this book. And the book was there because insurance said, hey, jack up this price, we'll pay you this price.
So this book that you're talking about, though, how do you know about it? If it's kept from the public?
No, it's every hospital has a different book, and that certain book is kept from the public. But
Oh,
the
okay.
fact that that book exists is public knowledge.
Oh, okay. So there's not like a name for this book, like, because I'm trying to
No,
Google it right now and I'm not.
it's basically a fake set of prices set towards medical providers. It's not legitimately an actual price tag on certain piece of healthcare they're giving you.
Hmm.
It's literally, hey, this costs this much thing, so how much can we make from this person for this thing and still get our insurance payment from that person? It just became to the point where healthcare was too expensive, period. So insurance providers had to come in and say, well, we can offer you a subsidiary based on this if you say that this is worth this.
Hmm.
So long as we get our paycheck, we don't care.
Hmm.
And honestly,
Gummy Bear, thank you
I
for the
think
follow.
Neverwinds just posted a pretty
Yeah, I'm actually looking at that page right now.
thing that goes with the conversation we're having right now. Got it right there. You might not be able to trust everything you see on Wikipedia, but what he just posted pretty much explains what I'm talking about.
In the United States, the charge master, also known as the charge master, or charge description master, CDM, is a comprehensive listing of items billable to a hospital patient or a patient's health insurance provider. In practice, it usually contains highly inflated prices at several times that of actual costs to the hospital. The charge master typically serves as the starting point for negotiations with patients and health insurance providers of what amount of money will actually be paid to the hospital. It is described as the central mechanism of the revenue cycle of a hospital. That's interesting.
And as Art pointed out, its insurance pays that difference, so hospitals are able to
Zip Daddy, thank you for that follow.
charge that, because whatever the hospital charges, insurance pays more.
Gotcha. Because they have to make their cut of the profit
Exactly.
too. Yep. Okay. That makes
And
sense.
if you're wondering where my argument came from, the VA, it pretty much comes down from that. America's healthcare system is flawed. Unfortunately, the VA is the most underrepresented part of that because they're the most backwards part of it. I mean, if you think about it, our VA is basically still in the 1920s.
Yeah, I could believe that. It's like our education system is still in the 1920s as well.
Our education system is still in the industrial age, but that's a topic for a different time.
Right, yeah.
We're not really talking about that right now, and unfortunately, we don't have time to talk about that part right now.
No.
But in all fairness, our education system, college or otherwise, is extremely backwards, and it's why we're ranked super low in education right now amongst other countries.
Yeah, I believe that. I think there's a lot of factors that go into it, but it's definitely a big one for sure.
I mean, insurance is part of the problem, but it's a pretty big problem.
Yeah.
The fact that there was an outside party willing to sit there and fund this stuff outside of us led it to a lot of crutches that basically came down to, hey, can this person afford it? No. Can this hospital afford it? Yes. Can we set up a fucking loan against it? Yes. And so on and so forth, to the point where, hey, this less than a penny bandage we're putting on her knee cost $300.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's just part of the problem.
Right.
And I agree with Art on that. And that's why I don't believe that any politician promising anything other than what is already accepted within how we are as a country will ever be a thing. Bernie Sanders might come in here and say that, hey, we're going to make education free or do whatever, etc. It won't be a thing because it can't be a thing because that's just how America is. It's just how America's been built. As a country, it can't be a thing. People blame George Bush on our depression that we had, our economical crisis. But the real person to blame for that would be Bill Clinton because he gave permission to everybody to take out a loan, even if they couldn't pay for it. And it's unfortunate that someone else has to take the blame for somebody else when it comes to the presidency. Well, it's not even just the president that did that.
Right. But everybody blames the president because it's the easiest conclusion to come to.
Because he's quote unquote the highest power in the country.
Right.
Right.
But he doesn't have ultimate power.
No. And he never will.
Well, hopefully.
I mean, that would be a different kind of, government society right there. But we all know the president is just a mouthpiece, right?
Well, yes and no. I mean, he's definitely got influence. I mean, he is a mouthpiece, but people listen. That's the thing.
And that's part of the problem.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's been great talking to you, Oreo. I'm actually gonna head off for the night.
That's good timing because I was actually thinking about doing the same thing. So.
All right. Well, anyways, you have a great night. To your viewers, I wish the best too. If you would like to talk any other time, I'd be more than happy to talk to you.
Yeah, for sure. And it was good having you on. It was actually very insightful. I learned
I'm glad to hear that.
a few things.
All right. Well, I'm happy to hear that. So anytime you're willing to talk to me, just let me know over Discord or whatnot. I'd be more than happy to talk to you.
For sure. Will do.
All right. Well, you have a good night.
Yeah, you as well.
All right. Night, bud.
Nighty night. Well, ladies and gentlemen. I think that was pretty insightful. I think that was a interesting conversation. I mean, it's always good to hear from someone that has, well, I guess more firsthand experience than I do, if any at all, about what they're talking about. And definitely the interesting thing that I picked out of this was the Charge Master book. That's very interesting. And I'm definitely gonna have to read up a little bit more on that. But Glypher, you have yourself a wonderful night. Thank you so much for being here. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna cut the show. Kitty, can you move? I need you to move because you're on the keyboard right now and I can't do anything. I know you're sitting there because you want attention, and you know that the only way that you're going to get attention is if you literally put yourself in the way of what I'm trying to do. God, he's not going away. Go away! Be gone! Okay. So guys, let's end it off with a raid. Let's see who we can raid. I think it was it wasn't the night that I was expecting, but it was still a pretty good night, regardless of the plans going south. So it is what it is. But let's see here. Let's see if there is a good person that we can raid to conclude tonight's show. Let us see. Who have we not rated for a while? Ah, fuck. I don't see anybody on here worth a shit. I'm kidding! Raid Shroom E? I don't know. Oh, you know who... I don't know. I like the guy, but I don't know if I like the crowd. If that makes sense. I kind of don't want to throw myself into... Yeah, maybe not this guy. Maybe not this guy. Normally, Artful, I do not take requests from the chat. I do honestly just prefer to raid people that I know. It's nothing against you or the person. It's just more or less something over time I've come to learn is the better strategy in my opinion. But let me. I don't think we've ever rated this boy. And he's a nice boy. He's got a nice haircut, too. I do like his haircut. And he's very nice to me on Twitter. And I don't think we've ever rated him. So, ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, guys, thank you all so much for all the support tonight. Thank you all for the hosts, the raids, the follows, the bits, the donos, the subs, the resubs, all those things. Very much appreciated. Thank you especially to those tonight who participated in the conversation and did not poke anybody too hard. It was very nice to have a, we'll call it a civil discussion about important things. I think that's fair to say. Artful, thank you for your contribution. Also very much appreciated. Glypher also as well, obviously. Everybody, all you guys. Just all you guys just for watching. Thank you so much. With that being said, we are going to raid Wild One. And that's what we're going to raid. Void Matter. Welcome. Welcome to the raid. Sorry, it's the end of the stream, but guys, I'll be back tomorrow, and I'm going to have a special little surprise tomorrow, so you might want to tune into that. That plan is not going to go south unless FedEx fucks up, which, who knows. So, we'll see. But guys, I will see you all tomorrow, 8 p.m. Central. Everybody have a good night. Let's get the fuck out of here. I'm putting the thing on my camera now. Get out of here!